Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Stellaris with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to the Floaty Boy regime, who are currently desperately trying to prepare for the endgame crisis. The endgame crisis, of course, right now, is the Scourge. It's arrived quite early, it could have potentially have arrived way later, and we are nowhere near prepared for when it arrives. If it spawns nearby, there's a very real chance we just lose. It's going to be incredibly powerful, and we have one fleet. It's not great. Oh no, sorry, correction, we do have two fleets, just one is fairly minuscule, but this is basically it. Of course, we are hard countering the endgame crisis, we are going with lots of anti-armor stuff, and we do have Defender of the Galaxy, but that's not really all that much. We're trying to fortify heavily and trying to get our economy finally sorted. We are really behind on alloy... And as per a suggestion, our lovely Federation is now the Floaty Snail Legion. Everyone floats eventually. Artificial intelligence, citizen rights, because now we are researching synths. Making our robots way, way better. Well, my food reserves are now finally in the positive, and our Federation fleet is looking pretty good. Since we are increasing our Navy capacity constantly, although it doesn't look like I'm doing much there, that's also increasing the Navy capacity of our Federation fleet. Eventually, it will have a fleet capacity of 500, which is really good, and actually one of the few times I would always use a Titan. Loads of battleships all in one fleet with one really good admiral and at least one very powerful Titan. That should really help things out. Since we're building so many holo theaters to upgrade our Navy capacity and also our Unity is doing really well. We're now going into Harmony, so eventually we will get plus 5% stability on all of our worlds. So just, you know, more resources. Is this potentially the best scientist you can have? Plus 10% research speed, plus 5%, plus 10%. Gab, daughter of Enim. Well, you were originally just going to replace one of our science vessel scientists, but you're that powerful, I'm tempted to replace one of these, even though they are much higher level than you. Yet, I think you're still going to be better. So, yeah, well done, you are our new sociologist. And I'm afraid, Mr. Snail, you are now working here. Also, your name is Welk. And that's funny. Welk Windward. I love this snail. Excellent. More cyborgs. Seems like the Skrek have been at war and have lost quite badly. On the upside, we got loads of refugees from that. I think we just got like 30 population. I'm okay with that. Certainly buffs up our numbers quite a lot. Oh dear. Where is it? Okay, that's close, but not super close. And it's... I think that's one of the stronger empires? Well, it's in the top half. Okay, so... Are there any wormholes? No, 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 no. So they're going to enter through here. Here is where we need to fortify. This needs to become the ultimate bastion. These have already been converted to be anti-Scourge.
Construction complete.
Yep, they're arriving very soon.
Construction complete.
And so the great devouring begins. I did not know that the ion cannon was anti-armor. Well then, for once I'm going to start building these. I never build these. So for those who don't know what this is, because, yeah, I never use these things, this is an alternative to the defense platforms. It costs way more points, so you can't have as many of them, but as you can see, it has a really, really long-range weapon. The ion cannon. Average damage, 293. Which makes it far stronger than that, and I think its range is just ridiculous. 250 versus 130. Yeah, we're definitely going to build some of those if we can so afford it. I think per point, defense platforms are probably better, but this is just cool. Again, I never get to use them.
Construction.
Finally researching habitats. So what I'm hoping is that they will take long enough to get around here that we can finally start upgrading our ring world. And yes, I am aware that one of the ring worlds was stolen by the snails, but considering our resources right now, that doesn't really matter. And I can start building habitats as well. We need to start really ramping up everything. And since our alloy production can literally be translated into navy capacity, we could just focus on alloys. We don't really care about the Empire sprawl. We could just go with numbers. So if every world was either mining or alloys, we could really ramp up everything. So the next one of these most likely will be Voidborn. Well, the second wave have already arrived.
Construction complete.
That is terrifying. Oh, and since I didn't mention it before, I've been reading all the comments in regards to can I change the civics of a randomized empire, and it's surprisingly split. I've read a lot of good arguments for both sides, especially a lot of people saying that perhaps you can change them, but only one of them, or perhaps you can only change them, but in a more logical way, so only the natural progression of the empire. So if they have, let's say, warrior culture, you can't suddenly go with something like Freehaven, which is just happiness, because it's just not really in their nature. I personally, though, think if we do a randomized empire again, the initial civics are permanent. You can't change them, because otherwise you could rush that tech and try to alter the empire too much. We're playing as this empire, we shouldn't be able to change them to be something they're not, if that makes sense. We have a lot of different things here. Okay, we have a couple of half rackets. Sadly, they've lost their psychic elements. Oh, there we go. Another half racket, and you do have the psionic with you. Meta half racket. Okay, the name's gone a bit insane there. So, yeah, apparently our species are very happy with each other. Let's say that, shall we? Especially the rackets. Would missile batteries be better than gun batteries here? I suppose they would, because missiles are so good versus armor, right? Oh, maybe once we research better missiles at some point. Or is it only torpedoes which are good against armor? I actually can't remember. Well, they're spreading a lot faster than expected. We have one of the ion cannons ready. Now, although they don't seem to do as much damage overall in terms of their relative cost, their range is what makes them so useful. Combine that with Titans and artillery battleships, it means we should be able to destroy most of the Scourge before we get in close combat. If I recall correctly, their weapons aren't particularly long range. Although I do need some point defense. Oh yeah, I have no point defense and they definitely use Strikecraft. Might need to mix in some defenders. Okay, repeatables are being completed now at least, and we are up to 5k research, which is still very low. But at least it's increasing. I've only just realised that this wormhole goes from here to here. And since the parrots are gone, this bastion is less than needed. Though it is still helping with piracy. But I could just reroute this through the wormhole. Yeah. Might change that later on to something else. The very first habitat has now been created. So what do I want next? I could have a mineral habitat next, since we will eventually run out of minerals. In fact, it's already starting to happen. Can't build it there, since that's not a proper planetoid. You, on the other hand, I can. So you get destroyed. Thank you. So the very first habitat is going to be a refinery. So is the second over here. The third, though, will be mining. The Federation fleet is moving on. With 2 Titans. One increasing our fire rate and one decreasing the enemies. I'm so tempted to just get rid of everything but the battleships, but right now we just don't have the resources to do that, so I'm just going to build new fleets of battleships. The idea is just have overwhelming long-range force and just destroy them before they can get in range.
Research complete.
Okay, the Federation is now in place. I'm starting to make some battleships so we can have some battleship fleets very soon. The Scourge, though, is already heading towards us.
Complete.
The first Ringworld section is almost complete. We have habitats. This is research. I'm just saying everything I'm seeing at this point. Defense platform damage. Excellent. I am a potato. Well, here's something of note. It turns out the habitats can essentially be anchorages because the leisure districts, of course, produce duelists. Because of course they do. Everything else has been replaced with duelists, we don't have entertainers. Now, sadly, we do also produce a culture worker, but that's fine. Well then. That is a really interesting way of playing this particular empire type. I wish I knew this earlier on, because I might have actually rushed habitats. Okay, we have our very first habitable section finished. I know I should really be sending some of the hybrid species, but there are just so many to choose from. Ooh, a floaty boy who's psychic. Well, obviously we're choosing that one then, aren't we? Another thing I want to do is remove the disruption field generator, since this endgame crisis doesn't even use shields. And instead, we're going to have the command center. Defensive aura, effect on allied ships, plus 10% fire rate. Yep, that is much better. And soon, I'll swap all these to missiles. Yep, I'll happily purchase a Ministry of Culture. And let's do this. So, which world should have one of these? I'm guessing not this one, actually. This one could. This one's already getting one from earlier. So I suppose this one when it has a new space. Okay. You know, I wish I was smart enough to realise that, oh look, Bulwark of Harmony is amazing for us. It means we get plus 15% fire rate if we're in our own territory, and at the moment, since we're just turtling because we have no chance of actually pushing back the Scourge, that's a fantastic trait. I wish I went with Harmony because of that idea. No, I just stumbled into it and realised how good that is. I'm a special kind of special. The Scourge are now only 1, 2, 3 jumps away from us. Thankfully, they do seem to be spreading pretty evenly, so they're devouring the entire section before moving this way. If we'd gotten lucky, they could have just went, yay, and right into our territory. That wouldn't have been fantastic now, would it? Okay, so currently this is classed as a factory station, but I think it's going to be a refinery. Yeah, we do need to sort that out. Although it's not too bad right now, I am starting to upgrade some of the worlds, so I do need all this stuff. And refinery habitats are amazing. Minus 20% upkeep, whereas a refinery world is only 10%, I believe. Yep, 10%, whereas the habitat is 20, which is so much better. In fact, it's double. Which one first, then? I think I'm going to be upgrading these fairly soon, so that's going to be volatile moats, so this one will focus on that to begin with. Oh, snails, you dumb, dumb people. So apparently the snails have just had an uprising, although the event didn't pop up. So now they're versus synths. And they're determined exterminators. Wonderful. I don't really have the fleet power to deal with this. Wait, why can't you jump? I'm sure all the Federation ships have jump drives, right? Yes, 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 yes. No, oh, come on. It's on auto-upgrade. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to get the Federation fleet to help them out, really hoping the Scourge doesn't reach us in that time. The problem is, we are all set up to be anti-Scourge at the moment, which means, yeah, we're terrible versus shields. Thankfully, they don't seem all that strong, so we should still be able to crush them. It's just going to really be annoying. There's the event. Those corvettes are going to be a real nuisance.
Construction complete.
Okay, what did we lose? Bit of armor, not much else. Okay, let's take out this, shall we? And they're devouring our snails. Okay, so ground forces, please. That would be wonderful, so we can help out. I'm hoping we don't take the territory. I'm hoping it goes back to the snails, but regardless what happens, don't care who I'm making right now, that's fine. The Scourge hate us, then like us, and hate us, then like us. That's all they do. Wow, they have completely devoured most of this now. Thankfully, they're slowing down for some reason, which is good for us, but still.
Battling aggressor station.
Do you have any ground forces nearby, just for the sake of it? We do, but they'll take a while to get there. Just because that world literally has no defenders right now.
Construction complete.
Hang on a second. Again, the auto upgrade is just not working. I was a bit confused about the red lasers, and that's the reason why it's using the wrong rank.
Complete.
Oh no, they're attacking our relic world. In that case, might need to... No, kill this, then go back. You can actually go there. Never mind, we have our Federation fleet ready. And we have stolen the world from the snails. Which then begs the question, do we give them back to the snails, or do we keep them for ourselves? It's a very good world with 96 workers. We could turn this into something beautiful. And it's the snails' own bloody fault, anyway. For mistreating their synths, the dum-dums. I don't know, we'll decide after the war.
Construction complete.
What do you guys think anyway, since probably I'm going to have to end this recording session soon, so... Wait, why am I upgrading it? I don't even know if I'm keeping it.
Research complete.
Please stop bombarding my planet. Thank you. Okay, at least this planet we did give back to the snails. Or did we? Oh, yeah, there we go. Why are you not capturing that back yourself? That's my question. Okay, that's about to be yours again. We're heading on over here now.
Colony emancipated.
And that will be that. We have saved you from your own dum-dumness, which is a word. We invented it. We're floaty boys, we can do this. What is the swarm doing over? Oh, it's taken over that bit as well. Oh, it's attacking down here, that's what it's doing. I was a bit confused, I thought it just completely stopped. Now, a lot of endgame crises do this anyway. They take over an area, then they finish devouring it all. So if there's planets, they completely wait until it's all destroyed, and then they continue moving again. So most likely, that's what's happening now. They're taking over worlds, they're inhabiting them, so they are going to kind of just chill for a while. That'll give us enough time, hopefully, to be able to repel them. Now, of course, we need to get strong enough to defeat them, and well, they've already taken over this much of the space. Yeah.
Construction
I
complete.
don't know what to do there. Now, what to do with this world? Research world? Consumer goods world? Or farm? I think probably consumer goods and trade value. Yeah, let's do that. Since remember, we are fanatical xenophiles, which means we get plus 20% trade value. It's something I haven't really taken advantage of yet, which I really should do. Really.
Construction complete.
Guess who wants a new habitat? It's me! Lots of micromanagement, and that's pretty much all I'm doing right now. Not the most fun thing in the world to watch, but we are getting there. Oh wow, so this whole area's been destroyed now. So yeah, they're spreading down here
Research
now.
Complete.
Or at least they're attacking it. Oh! They're attacking... Wait. That was claimed, right? Am I wrong? I could be wrong. Could be going insane. Could be absolutely mad.
Construction complete.
Nah. With that though, I'm afraid I am all out of time for today's video. The micromanagement is taking a long time to do, but I'm actually having quite a lot of fun. It's been a while since I played a more normal Empire at this point, and micromanaging everything in that way is quite interesting. Plus the whole point of having a lot of our navy capacity from our jobs, rather than having just loads and loads of star bases, is really cool. From population jobs, plus 254, and that's going to increase drastically as I start to focus on it more. So, in the end, we should have loads and loads of fleets. So rather than focusing so much on science, we're going to get loads more alloys, loads more fleet capacity, and loads more of that kind of stuff because of all the habitats. Just no science. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed today's video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff, helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Stellaris is a series you wish to see continued in the future. And now though, I need to decide on the final Ascension perk. I'm very, very tempted by Galactic Wonders. That would be amazing. We could make all the ring worlds. And a matter decompressor. Do we have a black hole in our territory? We're about to. Good. Good. Maybe I'll do that then. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.